What are the best jobs for lazy people?
Security jobs. 90% of the time you do nothing. 9% of the time you respond to false alarms. It's that 1% where real beep is going down that makes it a tough job.
Graveyard shift at a 24-hour gym.
A guy on the surveying crew has the job of watching a surveying GPS unit all day. He gets dropped off with the unit, sets it up and sits there and makes sure it doesn't get stolen and that the blue light is still on. That's all he does every day, day after day. He thinks his job is the greatest thing ever.
Low-level security guard. Made bank sitting on my ass.
Security guard in hospitals or anywhere you watch a monitor. Or be the guy that live broadcasts himself sleeping and people can pay to wake him up. Anytime.
Front desk hotel worker at night. 90% of your time you do about nothing and sit on your phone or computer. 5% of your time is spent talking to like the 5 customers you might see a night. 5% of your time spent cleaning or doing paperwork.
There's actually professional sleep bed testers.
Once knew a guy who was in middle management for productions company. The company was bought out by a rival. He was able to keep his job, thought the merger. But everything he did was basically assigned to someone else. Well, he was afraid he would lose his job if pointed it out. So he would walk around with forms and would fill them out and look like he would be taking notes. Back at his office he would act like he would typing reports act. And played a lot solitaire. Worked like that for 20-some years until he retired from there. At his retirement party someone finally asked him what he does. And he shared that his job had been a sham the whole time.
Working for an embassy. Had to go to the German embassy last year and let me tell you. None of them has any risk of running into and burn out. I was the only one there, had an appointment and number 1 on the ticket counter. The embassy opened at 8:30 and it took them till 9 beep am to look up from their screens and pressing the button calling my number. That was, again, beep 1.
You can sell your beep for experiments at $300 a month.
I worked at a Costco gas station in college. I was literally just there to hit an alarm if anything bad happened. But it never did. So I just sat there in an air-conditioned shack for 8 hours a day.
Work in a library. Easiest work in the world. Edit. I think it's cute Reddit is downvoting this considering I worked in a library for 11 years. LMFAO.
If you can get a job doing chat customer service, nothing I've gotten paid for is easier than that. People chat me about their credit cards and I look up the info and chat them back. It's really not difficult at all and it's nice to be able to help people with their bills. On the flip side, for the same amount of money at the same company you can do phone customer service, that is absolutely awful. Luckily, I finally have worked here long enough that I get to just do chat and don't have to talk on the phone anymore.
Drawbridge operator. They sit in the tower, watching boats go by and occasionally raising/lowering the drawbridge as needed by means of pushing buttons.
Working at Blockbuster 20 years ago.
Lighthouse keeper.
Programming. As Bill Gates said, he would rather hire a lazy person to do a hard job, because that person will find an easy way to do it.
Have you tried selling organs?
Being a rich kid.
Pet food taster.
Depends on the kind of lazy. Lazy as in, I want to work and I have a work ethic but I want to sit in bed, would fit well with at-home jobs such as animating, drawing, programming, streaming, etc. Meanwhile, lazy as in, I have no work ethic, would fit well with going to sleep and having people donate on a stream to wake you up.
If you are an adult, you can actually get paid for telling people stuff about Minecraft gardens.
Night watchman. I did it for over 20 years. But you have to get the right job or post. Going to post what I said in another post about a time fraud memo that a business posted, that was just ridiculously draconian, micromanaging. I used to work as a night watchman at a country club for over 20 years, and according to this memo, I have committed so many incidents of time clock fraud I should be locked up for 3 life sentences for time theft war crimes. I mean, I would actively not do work-related things the majority of my shift, including watching cable TV. I actually ran a cable to my desk so I could plug in my own TV to watch cable TV. Slept so many hours it is just ridiculous. Had friends come up to hang out, barbecue, swim in the pool, bottle rocket fights on the golf course, Left the property and went shopping at the 24-hour Walmart. Played around on the golf carts. Once had a rolling dinner roll fight with friends on said golf carts. Hung out, fed. Played with the stray cats, kittens. Built things in the shop. Tore down, processed scrap metal in the shop to cash in at the recyclers. Also collected tons of aluminum cans from the golf course trash baskets that would normally be thrown away. And I even mined that golf course of every coin, including silver coins, Civil War relic, piece of jewelry, silver and gold, I could find with my metal detector. Good times. I no longer work there, so I can talk about it now. I kind of worked hard at not getting caught. But I got off on that. I had a great reputation and knew I'd never get fired for the things I did. I always got good employee reviews and was never written up. Ever. I always knew how I would lose my job. And it came true. I got a new boss who decided to change a bunch of things to save money, and he decided they didn't need me. That they would buy those ring-type security cameras and use insurance for any theft, vandalism incidents.
My 2 lazy dream jobs. 1. Parking lot attendant. They sit in a booth and take money when people leave. Most of the time there's nothing to do. 2. Shopping cart puller. The Costco stores in my country have magnetic escalators so you can take a shopping cart up or down. At the end of the escalators there is a person whose only job, as far as I can tell, is to give a little tug on the carts to help them come off of the escalator. The only downside, I guess, is that you have to stand.
Any job you can subcontract to the Middle East for 25% of your salary.
Management accountancy. Honestly. Get clued up on Excel. Don't tell everyone how you do things, and it's easy money.
When I was a teenager, currently in my 40s, fireworks were only legal to sell in my county for the weeks leading up to 4th of July. So these vendors would come in and set up a bunch of plywood shacks in parking lots to sell their fireworks. Now, there are several thousands of dollars of product in these shacks, which can be broken into by anyone who plays Little League Soccer. For several years, I got paid $250 per night, in cash for 4 weeks straight to sit in my car in the parking lot watching one of these shacks from 10 p.m. until 8 a.m. If I saw anyone looked like they were thinking about breaking in, I was supposed to call 911. Easiest money of my life.
Laziness is underrated. As a lazy person, I'm super efficient. I've found workarounds and quick keys for everything so I can get things done super fast. I'm always looking for a quicker way to get things done, so then I have time to daydream, look up suggestions on the best shower curtain and browse Reddit for hours. Hire lazy people.
College, university financial aid officer. These are truly the slowest, laziest, and most inept people there have ever been.
Learn some computer skills. Get promoted in small steps until you're in an office job where most of the people who work with you, including your boss, don't have any really clear idea of what you do all day. Then automate most of your job and spend time on Reddit. I mean, I'm guessing that somebody could do that. Not me, of course, because I'm far too busy dealing with these quarterly reports to waste time on Reddit. But other people could do that. People who don't have my work ethic. So yeah, lazy people could do that.
Software developer in a company that does not use source code versioning tools.
Work for NY or PA on a road crew. They literally do nothing. I've seen them put cones up on the side of a highway so that they could park there and sleep.
Walmart management. All they do is walk around and give orders, and sometimes beep about random stuff.
I wouldn't exactly call it a job for lazy people, but as a maritime officer on cargo ships, I literally have 6 months vacation per year. Feeling pretty lazy laying in the sun in my yard sipping on a beer on a weekday afternoon.
Netflix review job. Just watch every show on Netflix.
Investing. Just sit in your ass, do a little bit of research, and boom.
Army. Sometimes we work harder than most other jobs, I guess. But like today, for example, I just sit around drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes from 0800 till 1630. 4 more hours today.
May your day be filled with joy and happiness. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe for more quality content every day.